Hi, welcome to the Inner Belgium. This is the first video you're gonna watch when it comes to your training. This is module 0 of the Reset Foundation program. I want to welcome you into this space, into this room of crown athletes. If you are a crown explorer, you are here exploring into the Inner Belgium, looking at the contents. You're just trying to understand, grasp the entire idea of what this means, what this entire process is, what we're doing here, who are these crown athletes, what is crown athletics, where is this Inner Belgium, all those things. If you are here exploring the space and room, please welcome. And if you are a crown athlete who are here to train, welcome home. Let's get into the video, but before we get into that, I want you to know that we're gonna address the what questions, the why questions, the how questions of this foundation. And I'm not gonna answer the question straightforward precisely, and neither am I gonna deliver it to you in a structured way. What we're gonna do instead is have a conversation with each other. I am using Claude to help us have this conversation. I'm gonna answer the question what Reset Foundation actually is and what it's not. That's the question we're gonna answer first. The Claude is gonna ask us, shoot questions regarding this question, regarding the topic. And as I answer it intuitively, in the flow, our questions will get answered. That's how we're gonna have this video and this entire conversation. Get into the video if you're ready. The first question being, you call this foundation like it's the ground floor. So what is the building on top of it? And why does nobody get to skip straight to the third floor? I call it foundation like it's some kind of ground floor. Sure, yes. The building on top of it is the training that happens, that starts from the language and map, which is the foundation, and then it gets into the detox where you let go of, or at least you scan what's happening in your world. You'll get to understand and identify what was conditioned, what was imposed, performed, rather than what's authentic, what you genuinely wanted to do, what you wanted to explore. You didn't really know how to do, but you were doing it just the way it used to be done, just the way how it is in your world. On top of it is Reset 90, 180 and 360 Inner Belgium. This is a space with each floor having its own training modules. We train there. This is a place where you train your authentic self out, rediscover yourself, who you truly are, such a way it is meant to live in this world. You're gonna look at yourself, you're gonna face yourself, you're gonna train and regulate yourself like an athlete, with dedication, with commitment, even if it is uncomfortable, even if it is uncertain sometimes, to keep up the promise you made yourself, to give yourself the life you've always wanted. This is a training for that. And this building covers all these things. It talks about the integration, shadow work, the inner child healing, reparenting, the embodiment, all these things. It's not something that will make a person perfect. It's quite the opposite. They actually become more human. They'll start living their lives in such a way that feels aligned, authentic, and alive to them. And why does nobody get to skip straight to the third floor? It's because more than it's a building, it is more like a training ground. You don't get to go from rank 5 crown athlete to rank 3 or rank 2 crown athlete, because what it takes to become the rank 3 crown athlete has to do everything you have worked out and everything you have trained with the previous rank, the rank 4 crown athlete. If you want to reach the rank 3 crown athlete, it has everything to do with what you have been doing with the rank 4 crown athletics. Well, first of all, you cannot skip because that's not how it's designed. Second of all, even if you did manage to skip to the rank 3 or rank 2, there will be signs of regression, and it is a part of training. Signs of regression is just a sign. It means your operating system requires a lot more than what you just did. So we come back, we train again, and this is exactly how training works. Progress and regression are all part of the training. The regression invite you into the previous levels. This is something we train at the Inner Belgium. We have this agreed upon standard we maintain, which is we will fall at the level of preparation. This level is what we're calling training. We train at the level that is sufficient enough to support us to move to the next level. That's how we train, which means the previous levels are all the building blocks. This is why nobody gets to skip, no matter who you are, because you will need foundations to climb up there. You can't go there without the stairs beneath it. Well, yeah, let's go to the next question. You said this is not therapy and not self-help, but honestly, what is the actual difference? Because from the outside, it looks like someone sitting with their feelings either way. Well, that is... that burns. Okay, that is one honest question. And this is not therapy. Yes, I did tell that. Why it's not therapy? Because it doesn't just help you function. It helps you reach your thriving mode, the integrated and embodied self. Why is it not self-help? Because self-help helps you understand a particular problem and how to solve it. It has largely to do with your mindset and emotions. But we at the Inner Religion don't just stop there. We understand, we become aware, we learn, we train, we practice, we live, we choose. All these things are actions in practice. We don't just stop where we are curious and where we learn. We go further, we implement, we train, we repeat it, we do volumes wherever required and however required. Self-help solves a particular challenge for you. We on the inner world do not just face a situation, we do not just process an emotion, we don't just sit around and learn, consume. I'm sure you have did it before, consuming a lot of self-help and motivation stuff, but we don't just stop there. We, on the other hand, talk about the operating system you are currently functioning. Because if you are gonna face any challenge at all, if you are gonna overcome any hurdles along the way, if you are going to reach any kind of goals of yours, if you are gonna process your emotions and thoughts in any situations you're gonna come across, it has everything to do with your operating system and how you process it, using what you are processing things. We don't just stop where we process, we learn from it. After we learn, we understand, apply, and train from that. After we train, we use that to get into our thriving mode so that we can see ourselves as a personal leader. On the outside, it looks like sitting with their feelings either way. No, even from the outside, it does not look like just sitting with the feelings either way. We're here to face our shadows right in the eye with the hell a lot of compassion you've ever witnessed in your life. We're here to talk to your inner child. We're here to face things in a certain way that is very much aligned and suits only your kind of style. We're here to learn how you operate, how you approach your life, how you approach yourself. This is something about a relationship with yourself. It impacts all the other relationships you're having in your life, with others, with materials, with money, with finance, with success, with your body, with your health, anything and everything. So this is a relationship we're gonna train intentionally by choice, with the integrity we choose. That's why we're not therapy, we're not self-help, we're also not generic traditional coaching. You said this is the language acquisition phase. Yes, I did. So before foundation, what language were people speaking? Like, what were they calling all this stuff? What language were people speaking before the foundation? Well, they speak the language of my masculine side, my feminine side. Most of the things out there, according to the Inner Religions system, is actually only half of the story. There is this other half of the story that people assume it is understood, but it is not. That's exactly what I wanted when I wanted my kind of training. I wanted a training for myself, but it was not explicitly available out there. So I had to create my own, following my intuition along the way. And I ended up creating this entire Inner Religion. I did not create it intentionally. It was intuitive. It formed. It pulled me towards it. People were speaking the law of polarity language, the trauma language. We talk about the athletic language. We talk DSPI, dominant, supportive, polarity integration. We talk about the healed, masculine and feminine. We talk about the king and queen inside. We talk about the bodyguard and vanguard inside. We talk about the 8 dimensions inside. We talk about the 4 worlds. We talk about a lot more than just psychology, a lot more than just lifestyle. We talk operating system. In order for us to discuss things and stuff, in order for us to express and communicate, we will need a language, and Inner World Gym provides you with that in the foundations program. Previously, before this Reset Foundation, people were calling inner conflict, self-doubt, feeling lost, feeling not so alive, feeling like a part of you is missing and you don't know what. Feeling like you're looking for something, you're searching for something, but you don't know what. Feeling like you are yet to have some kind of clarity, but you don't know what. That's how people talk until they learn the languages for what they're exactly feeling, what they're exactly looking for, what they're missing. This is a training. This is not a retraining, but this is the first part of the training. Is this a waiting room? No, it's not. It is a practice room, just a practice at testing the waters kind. It is a low commitment training room, you can say. Why would someone spend 12 modules in a waiting room? Again, it's not a waiting room, it's a training room. It is at a foundation level, that's all. People would spend 12 modules in the foundations training room because they will start seeing what they wanted to tell. They'll start identifying what they've always felt and wanted to express. You said the map does not expire. It does not. But most maps become useless once you know the territory. Well, I disagree. Once you know the territory, we still use map. Why? Because so that we can look at the progress, look at how far we've come, look at how far we are to go, look at where we are, look at the regression patterns, look at the progress patterns. Track your own record. Map is here so that it'll help you locate where you are. It'll help you understand your journey better than just knowing the map. What makes this map different? Irrespective of your age, irrespective of how many years you're getting back to this map, it'll always be relevant because this is about you, this is about your soul's journey. It is here not because the map was created and the soul follows it, it's because the other way around. People mistake for the Reset Foundations in such a way that they assume this is just the theory, this is just passive learning, this is just like educational or information content. No, it's not. It's not just that. Of course, we will have education inside. Of course, we will learn, we will coach, we will train a lot of things inside. But we don't stop there. We don't stop with the knowledge. We stop with the practice. We won't stop until our soul moves to the next step. This entire Crown Athletics will require you to commit, to promise to yourself that you'll give yourself the training for your operating system to function smoothly and in a thriving mode instead of just a survival mode or in a performance mode. It'll bring out the authentic personal leadership self of yours. This will include your integrated and embodied self with the effortless power, only now better. Well, that's it for the module 0 in the foundations. See you in the next video.